Hey guys, it's Trace Face again. I'm live for the third night in a row here. Trying a different time to see if I can get any people to join me. I'm trying different times because, I have clients now in different time zones. And so we'll see if I get anybody on here with me tonight. I wanted to continue the discussion from yesterday, and I'm hoping that those of you that are up or are able to join will join me in conversation. I had some more things that I wanted to mention yesterday regarding what is going on when narcissists. Hello, guys. I'm glad some of you are able to join me. I just got out of band practice the first time. Today was the first day I went back to the gym in a long time. Hi, Mike. And hi, guys. and then I had band practice with my brother for the first time in a long time tonight. So I'm feeling really great. I needed both of those things today for sure. So I think last night we were talking about, and I had to cut it short because I did have a client appointment. But I was talking about in discussion of how we would be able to not get involved with a narcissist again in our lives and some of the things to look out for. And there were some more things that I wanted to make sure I added. And I'm hoping that you guys will join in with this. The other thing to keep in mind is you have to look at their family. Their family members are going to tell you a lot about them as well, and how they behave and how they act and just how they think about life in general. And, the dysfunction sometimes you'll see right away within their families. And, for example, I really don't have any tolerance for screaming at children and swearing in front of children. That is like a serious red flag when I see families doing that. That is, to me, or drinking in front of kids, it just shouldn't go on. It shouldn't happen at all. I'm just a firm believer that kids are little sponges, and swearing like, talking like you walk and screaming at your kids and things of that nature is just quite awful. I have no tolerance for that. And that brings me to the next point. Narcissists do not know how to act with... Did you get banned? What? I don't know what that means. No, nobody got banned on my channel. Interesting thing that I will mention later about a comment I got last night, and I wanted to bring that up tonight. But how they treat, you'll notice that narcissists are very uncomfortable around kids. Very uncomfortable around the disabled, the elderly. They don't know how to act around any of those things because those particular populations are vulnerable. Oh, I asked you about your band. My comment disappeared. See, I don't really know. I don't know why that goes on. I think there's some glitches going on with YouTube. I was talking about that last night because you guys leave me comments sometimes and I go to respond back. Oh, there's Maverick. He's my feral cat that never comes out. Sometimes I ask you guys to, I go to respond to your comments and they're not there. So I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, pay attention to how they act around children. It could be somebody that has a disability. It could be the elderly. They don't know how to act around those people. Like they shut down, or they act really awkward, or they don't want to be around them at all. So that's kind of a red flag. And then, I put in here, I always pay attention to how people talk about their exes. So if right away the narcissist is talking crap about their ex, and their ex is crazy, and their ex is doing all these things, well, hello. So tonight I wanted to make sure that we talked about, I did go back and, he didn't like his kids. Yeah, see, they don't like kids because it reminds them of themselves. They are children in adult bodies. So the kid is vulnerable, the kid wants its milk. Excuse me. The kid wants its milk and it wants it now. And the narcissist gets annoyed by that because that's how the narcissist lives 24/7. I want what I want and I want it now. So they can't stand kids because it's like competition, like, or they understand kids. They do. That's why they can't stand them. It's just, I feel for all of you that have children with your narcissist. I cannot even, I see on these forums during the day what is going on with a lot of the people that have to share custody, and it's a nightmare. And I feel for you. So I want you to know that I know how hard that must be, especially if you want to try to go no contact, and how would you do that, you know? So tonight I wanted to make sure that we talked about some of the comments I saw yesterday, which was people are dealing with loneliness and isolation after the narcissist, as well as I'm getting a really, there's a common denominator of people writing to me, clients I'm working with, as well as what I personally went through, of feeling like you're not yourself at all through time. And you could actually be involved with a narcissist for just even a few months, and you're going to notice these character changes. And so let's talk a little bit more about that. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. And yeah, Mike, you know, narcissistic parents, they take out all their frustrations. Their kid is like the scapegoat of their behavior. The kids are like, it's so horrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Narcissistic parents are what's creating this entire cycle. And then they're having kids, and then they're having kids, and it's been running in families for generations, the narcissism. And so it's just one nightmare after another, and it's terrible. And again, unless we, you know, that's why I love to make sure I'm mentioning to you guys, you know, and that you guys are doing it, sharing the videos, liking the videos, subscribing, clicking on the bell, and keeping involved with the videos is what's going to spread this information, in the hopes that we can save some of these children and have them understand like what's going on with their family and that it's not normal. Yeah, and it's a generational curse that we're seeing going on in families. So it's literally like a curse that keeps coming down and down and dropping down generation to generation. So we're seeing this. So again, it starts with the awareness, and that's what we're trying to do here on these channels, is get the awareness out there, get the education and the wisdom out there. You know, and I don't know why it's telling me messages are being retracted. I don't know what that means, guys. So I'm just letting you know. I don't know why. I'm telling you, there's some weird glitches going on with YouTube right now. I wanted to mention, before I forget, I had an interesting comment on my page yesterday. I don't... Listen, I don't really entertain the narc trolls on the internet. Like, you know, I don't even have time, and I don't entertain it. But this comment was quite interesting. This person said, why don't we talk about the fact that you've had multiple narcissists in your life? What's up with that? That's the real question. Well, listen, narc-hole. Listen, narc-hole. This is the reason, had you been following my story, which I don't care, I hope you don't. I don't want you on my channel. You know, find another channel to troll. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. It keeps telling me messages are being retracted. So I don't know. I'm not seeing your message. Some of these messages I'm not seeing. I don't understand. But speaking of the narc trolls, you know, that's why I did this channel. That is exactly why I did this channel, because these people are going out there. They're full-time con artists. That's what they do. They're conning. They are fooling people in the court system. They are fooling the juries. They're fooling the lawyers. They're fooling doctors. This is what they do. They're very good at what they do. Anybody can be in the web of a narcissist. And I talk about this all the time. If you don't heal from these wounds, you know, you will have that door open for them to come back in and to come back in, because you didn't even heal from the first narcissist, and next thing you know, you got another one in your life. So that's a real ignorant and stupid statement, you know. So that's fine. Go be stupid on the internet. I really don't care. And you know, it's important, you know, people like you and I know how this can happen. Before I Forget is one of my favorite rock songs. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. If you're emotionally raw, you will attract them, and they can smell you out. Yes, you go into a room and the narcissist knows right away. A narcissist and an empath, it's going to happen. So this is why we're doing these channels, and we're spreading the awareness, and we're getting the message out there, and we're making it clear. So I wanted to talk about how through time, and even if it's been a few months, you're going to notice that you are not yourself when you are with a narcissist. And it's a very slow moving operation that you don't even realize is happening. But I've got a lot of people, and I can attest to this too, that you in time, you're going to start acting like the narcissist. It's in these subtle ways. It's ways that you would never act before in your life. All of a sudden you're getting angry. You are feeling jealous. You never felt jealous before in your life. You're you picked up a bad habit. But it's character changes within yourself because you've been around this negative energy for a period of time. And that's what's so dangerous about these folks, you guys, is that they take away your identity. You know, a lot of people report things that they love to do. They don't even have it in them anymore. Hobbies, interests, passions of theirs. And I know, I didn't even pick up, I didn't even pick up an instrument. Yeah. Oh yeah, Todd, we'll talk about that. The pulling the abuse card when you finally have had enough and you don't want to deal with them anymore. Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden you're abusive. It's just like the narcissist calling you a narcissist. But yeah, I mean, I worked with a client last night that was telling me that he just felt like, he said, you can ask any of my friends, any of my family, you know, he's in his late 30s. He's like, I have never had a jealous bone in my body. And all of a sudden I'm getting jealous. Well, this woman was coming home and telling him about, this one's handsome at work, and this one's interested in me, and this one, always triangulating. We know all that foolishness, don't we? We've all lived it. And so, you know, in a determination to get the truth and honesty and some answers here, you start becoming the detective, which is nothing, by the way, anybody ever should have to sign up for. If you find out right away that your narcissist is lying to you, things aren't adding up, get them out. Just get them out. These people are not worth your time or nothing. They don't deserve. That's disrespectful. It's disrespect. Get them the hell out. No one deserves to go through that. Ever. That's not what anybody signs up for in a relationship. Listen. You're a good person. You have a lot of great qualities. And if someone can't reciprocate that back to you, it's not worth your time, effort, energy, nothing. It's going to be sheer madness. No one should have to compete with somebody else during a relationship. No one should have to sit back and watch someone outwardly flirt online with other people and hide messages and hide their phone and do all these sneaky things. We're going to stop it by the first time, like I said yesterday, it's the first time it happens. It's the first. Just get them out of your life. It's not worth it. Because these people are going to take you down, and they're going to take you down quick. And like I said, next thing you know, you're going to be doing things completely out of your character, things that you've never seen yourself do before. So I'm sure that many of you can relate to that. I mean, and as well as now, you know, I want to talk. I did notice a lot of comments that I didn't see last night. Um, yeah, absolutely full of crap and fake. Absolutely. And they deserve the partner that they're gonna end up with, because that's they're just gonna get what they give eventually. It's gonna happen for them. It's going to. A lot of you were commenting last night about feeling isolation and loneliness. So let's talk more about this. This is really important, because this is what can lead to some pretty heavy stuff. And I don't want to see anybody else go through any more suffering here in this community. Enough is enough. These people aren't worth it. They're not worth it. You know, tell off my narcissistic parent. Sorry, these comments disappeared too quickly. I'm going to try next week using my laptop to see if that helps me to be able to see these comments better. I want to talk about the isolation. So I know all too well that feeling of like, I feel better just being alone and just being by myself and just not trying to get out there again. You know, studies have proven that this kind of abuse that you go through, it's one of those things where you could subconsciously be doing things that you don't even realize you're doing, because you just don't want to attract the same kind of creep again in your life. So studies prove like you'll actually put on weight as a subconscious measure to make sure you're not, this won't happen again. And yeah, and then it's hard to find normal people just as it is. Now we're worried that we're going to let in another narcissist in our life, and then it's going to happen again. It's like this, now we have a phobia of narcissists. Truly, that's what's happening. So the only advice I can give you guys that I've found has really helped me is continue to come where you're coming. Come to these channels. I love that you guys interact with one another and you guys are supportive of one another in the comments. You give each other examples. This is the fact that you guys are here on YouTube and we've all found one another. That's amazing. Think about all the people right now that are walking around in life not knowing what the hell is going on. They don't have a clue what narcissism even is, what the hell kind of relationship they're in or just got out of, or what is even going on with them after all of that. So I be thankful, number one, that we have these outlets, and just continue to keep coming here on my channel and continue to keep spreading. The best way to heal is to tell your story. You have to be able to tell your story. That's the first step to this. And then I would add that healing from these feelings of loneliness and isolation, I think that you have to make baby steps. I know how you guys are feeling. I really do. I know. I go through this still. Are you kidding me? It's going to be a long journey to healing, but it started with me feeling like, okay, enough is enough. I had to stay quiet for almost 8 years. 8 years. I couldn't even put into words what happened, because I couldn't believe this happened to me for the third time. I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't believe this one I married. I couldn't believe it. I was like in shock, I think, the entire almost decade, And and so, talk about not trusting, talk about isolating during the relationship, not doing, I didn't even pick up an instrument. I swear, I didn't, the things I love to do, I couldn't do. But I couldn't force things out of me either. I had to heal and figure this stuff out. And I kept coming here on YouTube. I kept coming to YouTube. YouTube was a place that I felt comfortable. It wasn't full of family and friends. It's full of people trying to share information with one another, which is why I love YouTube. People are out there sharing information and have the ability to do that, and it's not navigated and has all these, If you're looking for the information, you're going to find it. A client last night told me that he had no idea about narcissism. He just started putting in her traits of who he just dealt with. He just started typing in the traits of what she did. And so then next thing you know, there it is. Yeah, and the devil is, I talk about the spiritual stuff of this, and I'm glad that a lot of you are on board with the spiritual stuff. You think about it like this, right? We have a spirit and we have a soul. And our bodies are the covering. And even though we can't see the spiritual stuff, it's happening around us all the time. They're still looking into all the dimensions that are out there, and the dimensions that we live in, but the dimensions that are there that we just cannot see. It is very real. It is very real. And when you start walking in the spirit world and you start seeing it that way, your eyes are wide open. It's almost like you have the third eye going on and you can see clearly. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know why the comments are getting erased. I really don't know. I didn't change anything with my settings, so I don't know what's going on. I'll have to look into that tomorrow, you guys. I'm really sorry if you're trying to leave me comments and they're not coming up. So I just read that comment earlier about how your husband had died, and then, you know, terrible things happen after that. See, Satan won't stop at anything, you guys. Satan's master plan is for you to die. And I know that sounds really crazy, like, well, I don't want to walk around all day thinking that, you know, I got a spiritual thing I can't see trying to kill me. When you're a good person, you have good qualities and you have a big heart, and if you're a believer and you believe in this stuff, you believe in the spirit realm and world, well, you got another sector that's after you for that. You know, he doesn't want you to see. He doesn't want you to think he exists and that evil is real. So I just, going back to this whole isolation thing, I would say that don't overwhelm yourself. It's like baby steps. Like, don't wake up tomorrow and go, okay, that's it. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to make all my meals for the week. I'm going to go out with my friends. I'm making plans tomorrow night. Don't do that, because that's not going to work. Because from all the isolation and the anxiety, the depression that comes with this type of abuse, you're gonna overwhelm yourself and you're gonna shut right back down again. So it's baby steps. You know, I was talking about, a lot of people have told me that there's an app out there called WhatsApp. No, not WhatsApp. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. It's an app that you can find other people that have similar interests. Maybe you guys can help me out. That people have told me that it's really helpful. And it's one of those things where you could go back online and just see, are there any classes or any things that you're interested in doing. Oh, it's called Meetup. It's called Meetup. And it's a group of people that, you know, you could say, oh, I want to go golfing, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, painting. And you can see who is doing that in the area, and then you get to meet different people. And it doesn't mean that they're going to be your best friend, but it just means trying something new. And I always encourage that, to try something new. My narc's father hated AC/DC. I played a lot of music. I love music, and I love all kinds of music. And I feel like it is a healthy way to kind of channel how you're feeling. So I listen to all kinds of music, and I don't buy the whole, like, I guess if you're sitting around listening to depressing stuff or like really dark, evil stuff all day long, sure, that's going to affect you. Just like if you're sitting around watching horror movies all day. But I feel like, because I'm a musician, like, that's a good channel for me to be able to take how I'm feeling and put it somewhere healthy. So yeah, that's my advice about the isolation and loneliness, you guys. It can be a silent killer. And I want to stress to this. I want to stress to this point. You guys are going to win. Okay? You're going to win this battle. It's a no-brainer. It's going to happen. The fact that you guys are here, you're doing the work. You're getting the healing. You're doing the necessary steps. Be patient with yourself. Be loving with yourself. Oh yeah. the ex narc with the music. Yeah, they'll trap you with the music too. Sending you songs and all that BS to try, because songs are an easy way to get right to the emotions. Right to the emotions. They say Satan was a guitar player. If you follow all the stories in the Bible. So yeah, and remaining in the moment too is going to help you guys through this abuse. Like, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Eckhart Tolle. He's an amazing, amazing man, and his story is even more amazing. He's got a lot of books out there, a lot of speaking engagements on YouTube, and he always talks about, like, one of the things that are going to help you get through anything is to ask yourself this one question. Am I in immediate danger right now? And you'll always say no. No. What is going on with you is going on right in here. It's your head. It's your head doing it, spinning things around over and over and over again. So ask yourself right away, am I in any like immediate threat or danger right now? And it's like instantly calms you down. Like, no, I'm not. And so his story is pretty interesting, how he was living very depressed, very like would wake up every day like, oh my God, the sound of the birds and this and that, and I don't even want to get up. I can't stand anything. I don't want to be here. And he literally one day just woke up and he said everything looked different. Everything. And so he said, I don't know what happened. I really don't, but the birds sounded different. My view of life sounded different. So he wrote a book about it. And it's pretty interesting. It's like somebody had a complete like blessing, or the curse was lifted from them to be able to talk about it. And he's got a lot of interesting advice to give. So I'm going to leave the next few minutes open. I'd love to answer. If you guys have any questions you would like to ask me, I'd love to be able to help you. If you have any ideas for videos or anything like that. Oh, that's awesome. You're up in the UK and ready to rock today. I love you too. I love you all of you so much. You guys have no idea. You really are my family. You guys are my family for sure, because this is like we're on another level of understanding, that family and friends will never understand. So it's amazing that we have these avenues to be able to find one another. Yeah, find what you're passionate about. Really, still waiting for the Sandman here in North America. So I'm gonna wait and see if you guys have some questions. I've got 24 people on with me right now, and yes, okay. And I don't know if any of you saw this. I was so excited today that Quinn Holiday, ASSC Direct, did another video today about the spiritual stuff going on with these narcs. And I was like, hallelujah, amen. I don't know. I'm hoping maybe I left him a comment a few weeks ago saying on that spiritual video that I was talking about a few weeks ago, I said to him, please talk more about this. So maybe, you know, and I did try to get a lot of you over to his page to watch that video, and I left a link to it. So maybe some of you commented, but I was so excited. And my client bought me and her a ticket to go see him in Boston. What a amazing client. I hate calling people clients. You guys are my friends, and I'm happy you help me too, you know. So I'm glad I'm able to help you, and that you actually want to pay me for my time and services, and in you know, my advice. That's amazing. But you guys are my friends. And so anyway, yes, if you're watching tonight, thank you so much for getting me a ticket. I cannot wait to see him, because I truly believe he was the one that got me out of my sadistic marriage here. Yeah, it is unfortunate that Satan runs Hollywood and the music industry. That's why it's like, yeah, you got to be really careful what you're watching. That's why I talk about pornography. I don't believe in watching that stuff and what it does to your brain and in your mind. And we all know how I feel about that. I did some very controversial videos few weeks ago. And the little shaman, I love her too. She's so intelligent. She just, sometimes I'm like, did she write all of this and she's just reading it? No, this is all off. Like, she's just she's like another one that is out there in terms of she's got it down pat. I mean, she's like a scholar in narcissism. Yeah, she helped me very much too. There are certain people I really I believe she is the one that interviewed a narcissist. Yes, she did. She had a whole series and she interviewed one. And I love her. And when her channel went out, oh yay, hello. He had me drawing pictures about my abuse. Oh, are you talking about a narcissism coach? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool. Each one of them have a different spin on things. And a lot of our videos, we are talking about the same stuff, but we all just kind of have a different spin on it, which I think is really cool and really helpful. And again, I was saying that the repetition of the videos is what's helping us, actually. It's not a bad thing. It's us able to validate one another and be able to get the help. Yeah, yeah, the emotional abuse, by far, the absolute worst. The worst. I think I'd rather get punched in the face than, I know it's terrible, than to deal with the emotional abuse. It's so wrong. It's so wrong on so many levels to do that to someone. And so that's why I say, you know, oh yeah, Narc Survivor. I love Narc Survivor. I'm like in love with him secretly. Thought I'd share that with all of you. I wonder what he looks like. It's like a mystery. There's like a picture of him from afar on like a beach, and you know, I can just tell he must be so handsome. But I love that he's like a mystery and that you don't know what he looks like, you know. I know my ladies are with me, and the accent, you know, the accent, forget it. Yeah, maybe one day I'll meet Narc Survivor too. He's great, and he's very dedicated, and he's putting all of his time and effort into this, and he's helping so many people. So I absolutely love him too. So I'm gonna probably wrap it up here in the next like few minutes. I'm gonna wait and see if there's any more comments or questions, and I'm glad some of you are up late with me here, or just getting up and joining. That's awesome. Oh, I just got a notification that the Royal We is doing a live session right now, so maybe this is a good time. Oh, I shouldn't be telling all of you to go to another channel right now. It's very bit poor advertising. Yeah, he is really good. The Royal We is awesome too. Very professional. Okay, somebody had a question of how to trust again. Well, I struggle with that one too. But I will say this much. It's almost like you got to get to trust yourself again. Because right now, I think you're questioning your own trust in yourself and your decision making and things of that nature. So that's where the healing comes in, and that's where the thank you so much. I'm glad that you are you love the channel, and I'm glad that I have an opportunity to finally have a voice again and speak what happened. And it's just a great thing that has happened for me as well in all this. But yeah, I would say that the trust definitely has to come back from you again. And when you feel like you're trusting again, thank you very much, and I love you too. When you feel like you can trust yourself again, is I feel like when maybe you be able to have that space to let somebody else come in. But you know, I still go back to, we have to be patient with ourselves. We can't be so hard on ourselves. We can't do that any longer. No more looking in the mirror and saying bad things about yourself or bad things all throughout the day about yourself. That's enough. No more of that. No. You know, last week when I was sick, this weird thing happened, and I was like making myself, you know, I was taking care of myself. I like made myself a nice meal, and I drew myself a bath, and I literally was saying to myself, like, I've got you now. I've got you. All those times I would have, you know, I'm a caregiver, I would have been trying to take care of somebody else. It's my turn now, you know? And thank you, Carrie. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much. And so that's how you gotta date yourself now. That's it. You know, take good care of yourself. Take yourself out. Go buy yourself something if you can afford, you know. Be nice and kind to yourself. All those times you weren't, just by staying with such a rotten individual or taking the abuse from your family. So, you know, I just saw a quick comment here about the narc taking his shirt off in pictures. Oh, God. I know all too much about that. Oh, God. Please. It makes me want to vomit when I think about it. These narcs, man, they'll stop at no lengths to get the attention. So I would say that is probably the first step to trying to trust again, is trust yourself. Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself, and the rest will come in time. And just, you know, give yourself that time. It's all you can do. And keep coming here on the channel. Keep finding these avenues to be able to get support with one another. And thank you so much for being patient with me the last 2 weeks, and for being a part of this journey with me, this healing journey. And I really hope that I will be able to continue to help all of you. And you can always feel free to let me know what you'd like to hear for topics. And if you're interested in getting coaching with me, my email is tracefaceit@gmail.com. Thanks very much, and I will be back. Love you guys. I'm Trace Face. It's time we all face the truth together.